You have to wonder if the people in Westminster ever actually leave their gilded bubble. Do they ever venture out into the real world, the one where people have jobs to get to, children to ferry about, and shopping that doesn't magically appear in the pantry? I suspect not, because if they did, they wouldn't have dreamt up their latest, most monumentally daft idea, a tax on the weight of your car. Just when you thought they'd run out of ways to punish the British motorist, they've found another. They've looked at the long-suffering driver, already bent double under a mountain of taxes, and decided what they really need is another hefty lump of financial misery piled on top. The argument, if you can call it that, is that heavier cars are bad. They wear out the roads more, apparently, and they produce more pollution from their tires and brakes. It's the sort of reasoning you'd expect from a committee of sandal-wearing eco-warriors who think the ideal form of transport is a unicycle made of reclaimed driftwood. They've seen the rise of the SUV, a car chosen by millions for its practicality and safety, and decided it must be stopped. It's not about sense or logic, it's about control. It's the nanny state at its worst, patting us on the head while quietly picking our pockets yet again. This isn't about the environment, not really, it's about revenue. With more people switching to electric cars, the government is panicking about the black hole appearing in its fuel duty coffers. So, instead of a sensible, long-term plan, they've reached for the bluntest instrument they could find. A tax that punishes a farmer for needing a robust Land Rover to cross his fields. A tax that penalises a family of 5 for needing a 7-seater to get the kids to school and football practice. It's a policy cooked up by people who think a weekly shop involves a short stroll to the local organic delicatessen for a sliver of artisanal cheese. The sheer arrogance of it is breathtaking. They've decided that your choice of vehicle, the one you bought with your own hard-earned money to suit your family's needs, is wrong. They know better, and they're going to tax you until you agree with them. This proposal, whispered by so-called think tanks and nodded along to by Whitehall mandarins, is an attack on personal freedom. It's a declaration of war on the ordinary person who relies on their car, not as a luxury but as an essential tool for modern life. And frankly, I've had enough of it. Let's be absolutely clear about something. The British driver is not a lightly taxed individual. We are, without a shadow of a doubt, the most persecuted, fleeced, and downright pillaged motorists in the entire world. Before you even turn the key, you've paid a hefty slice of VAT on the car itself. Then there's the annual ritual of paying vehicle excise duty, or road tax as it used to be known before they decided roads didn't need to be paid for with it. And don't forget the insurance premium tax, because even the act of being responsible is, you guessed it, taxable. It's a never-ending financial assault. Then you actually dare to drive the thing. Every single time you fill up with petrol or diesel, a colossal chunk of what you pay is fuel duty, plus another helping of VAT on top of that. We're talking about charges that add up to pence per mile before you've even considered the cost of the fuel itself. And if you happen to live in or near a city, brace yourself. You'll be clobbered with congestion charges, ULEZ fees, and a baffling array of other clean air zone penalties, all designed to make driving as painful and expensive as humanly possible. Driving into London is now more complex than landing a fighter jet on an aircraft carrier. And when you finally reach your destination, the fleecing continues. Parking charges have spiraled into absurdity, with councils viewing motorists as a bottomless cash machine. A simple mistake in a car park can result in a fine that would make a banker blush. We are tracked by cameras, penalised for straying inches into a bus lane, and fined for stopping for a moment in the wrong place. The entire system is designed to catch you out. It is a relentless, soul-crushing barrage of financial penalties for the simple act of getting from A to B in a metal box with 4 wheels. So when someone from a think tank, who probably gets a taxi everywhere on expenses, suggests adding a new weight tax into this toxic mix, it's not just insulting, it's a declaration that they hold the average person in complete contempt. It's one tax too many. It's the straw that will surely break the camel's back. We are already taxed on what we buy, what we earn, what we burn, and where we go. Now they want to tax us on how much our chosen mode of transport weighs. It's beyond a joke. It's a systematic war on the motorist. There is a supreme, almost comical hypocrisy at the heart of this whole weight tax shambles. For years we've been lectured, hectored and nudged into buying electric cars. The government threw grants at us, promised us a utopian future of silent, clean motoring, and effectively told us that our petrol and diesel cars were instruments of pure evil. They set a deadline, a cliff edge in 2035, after which buying a new internal combustion engine car will be forbidden. Many people listened. They did what they were told was the right thing and made the switch. And what is the fundamental, unavoidable characteristic of an electric car? It's heavy, incredibly heavy. The batteries required to give an EV a respectable range weigh an absolute ton, quite literally in some cases. A typical electric family car is hundreds of kilograms heavier than its petrol-powered equivalent. We were told this was a necessary compromise for saving the planet. We were encouraged to embrace this new, heavier technology. Drivers dutifully went out and bought these weighty electric behemoths, believing they were securing a greener, tax-efficient future for their motoring lives. Now, the very same establishment that pushed us down this electric avenue is turning around and saying, hang on a minute, your cars are too heavy. It is an act of staggering betrayal. They are proposing a tax that directly targets the exact vehicles they championed. The logic is so twisted it would give a corkscrew a headache. First, they tell you to buy an EV to save the planet. Then they want to tax you into oblivion because the EV you bought is, by its very nature, heavy. You simply cannot make it up. It's a classic bait and switch on a national scale. This move punishes the early adopters, the very people who put their faith in the government's green agenda. It tells anyone considering an EV that the goalposts can and will be moved at any time based on the whims of the Treasury. How can you trust a government that encourages an action one year only to penalize it the next? This isn't a coherent strategy. It's a chaotic, panicky reaction to a problem of their own making. They created the EV boom, and now they want to punish everyone who participated in it. It's a complete and utter shambles. This proposed weight tax is not just another line item on a bill, it's a direct assault on the livelihoods of millions. Think of the families who need a larger car not out of vanity but necessity. Think of the tradespeople whose vans are their mobile offices packed with heavy tools. Think of the people living in rural communities where a sturdy 4x4 isn't a fashion statement but a lifeline during a harsh winter. These are the people who will be hit hardest by this blunt, thoughtless and deeply unfair tax. It's a policy that benefits the urban elite and punishes everyone else. The justification for all this pain is paper thin. They talk of road wear, but our roads are already crumbling from decades of underinvestment, not because of a few extra SUVs. They talk of safety, yet modern cars, large and small, are packed with more safety features than ever before, many of which are legally mandated and add weight. This isn't a serious attempt to solve a problem. It's an attempt to socially engineer us out of our cars by making them unaffordably expensive to own and run. It's an ideological crusade against the freedom and convenience that the motorcar provides. The contradiction is laughable. We're told to buy heavier electric cars to save the planet from CO2, and then told we must be taxed because their weight produces tire particles. Which is it? The government can't have it both ways. This muddled anti-car agenda is falling apart under the weight of its own hypocrisy. They are creating problems, then inventing taxes to solve them, trapping the motorist in a cycle of endless expense and frustration. All while people are struggling with the cost of living, rising bills, and economic uncertainty. The timing isn't just tone-deaf, it's cruel. So the message from me is simple. Enough is enough. It is time to stop treating the British driver as a problem to be solved and a wallet to be emptied. It's time for politicians to recognize that for the vast majority of people in this country, the car is a force for good. It is a tool of freedom, a facilitator of family life, and a vital cog in our economy. We must stand together against this latest raid on our pockets and send a clear signal to Westminster. Get your hands off our cars. Support the driver for once. And if you agree, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more discussions on issues that matter to drivers like you.